Good morning, my name is Mike. I work for Colorado Seamless Gutters, and today we wanted to talk a little bit about what constitutes a seamless gutter and what makes a seamless gutter different and better than the standard sectional styles of gutter that you'll buy at a hardware store and or that can be fabricated on a sheet metal brake. The stock material as it comes to us comes in rolls like this that we install on a cradle that's mounted on a gutter extruding machine on a truck. And we bring this to the job site. This coil is then fed through the roll forming equipment, and eventually it becomes a piece of gutter, much like these, that's extruded to the length that you need to fit your roof line. Each piece is individually cut and extruded to the exact length that you need without any seams. The coil's fed into the back of the machine, into the first set of guide rollers. Now that we've got the coil loaded onto the spool and into the machine, we've threaded the coil through, and you can see that the machine has formed a flat stock into a gutter profile. This is a fascia profile gutter. It's a slightly larger size gutter than a standard 5-inch K-style or OG profile gutter. It's particularly well suited to modern or contemporary style homes. We install it on a lot of newer custom homes of contemporary design. It's got a kind of a sleek profile. The machine will form a piece as long as you need for any size roof line. There are limits to how long you can run the pieces. You can't run a 150 or 200 foot piece without fear of the expansion and contraction actually tearing the piece of gutter. Here's our piece of gutter. This is a 24 gauge 5-inch fascia profile gutter. Nice clean dark bronze color. And that's run out as long as you need. In the past, architectural sheet metal eaves troughs and or gutters were made in sections that were defined by how long the bending apparatus was. In this case, we have a 10-foot sheet metal brake, cornice brake. Typically you have two guys operate it, but what would essentially happen is that they would take blanks of sheet metal, mark and lay them out, and then bend them into a form of gutter. And they often got quite elaborate and incorporated a lot of artistry in their sheet metal projects. This is going to be kind of a down and dirty one, just to kind of give the idea of what could be done. So there's a basic piece of gutter formed on the brake, made in a 10-foot section, and this would be taken to the job site then and assembled. So every 10 feet you'd have a seam that you would rivet and solder. This is an example of a sectional gutter that was formed in much the same way. Here's a seam right here that's soldered. So this is where the lap was between these two pieces of metal. A modern alternative is vinyl gutter that you can purchase at a home supply store. And that should snap in like that. So that's theoretically providing your watertight seal, and you're going to have one of these at every 10 feet, at every end cap, every time you go around a corner, and at every one of the outlets where the downspout is connected to the gutter. The problem in our environment here in Colorado is that the UV radiation that we experience from our high altitude tends to dry out and or bake this vinyl to the point where it's so brittle that it cracks and breaks. And vinyl also expands and contracts like metal does, so over the course of the years, these rubber O-rings or gaskets tend to break down and leak. Almost invariably, you'll find one of these seams oftentimes over a door, a patio, or a porch. Just imagine that piece that I made in there on the break in a 10-foot section. I'd have 10 different pieces I'd have to seam together and then seal, and it's a pretty good guarantee that in about 5 or 10 years, some of those seams are going to fail and leak due to the expansion and contraction of the metal. This piece is not going to leak.